Hey everybody, sorry I didn't post yesterday. I think I want to start posting every Mondays, or at least try to post every Mondays. And like I said in the last video, later on try to increase the amount of days I post. So let's get to it. So this story is Entitled Lady Tells My Supervisor to F Off. Hello, and welcome back to r/slash entitled parents, where grown adults act like toddlers when they don't get their way. Also, this could probably fit into Entitled B and Tales from Retail, but I'm hoping this thing posts. This is a relatively short story, so I'll try to make it interesting. For a backstory, this occurred during a closing shift at my place of work in fast food and was during a spurt in customer numbers. So I'm trying to clean some trays and between orders, and I notice a lady in a black jacket storming in. So I just followed the usual routine. Me is me, EM is entitled mother. Me, hello, is this going to be for here or to go? EM, I was just through your drive-through and I noticed I was charged $15 for my meal. I take a look at the receipt and sure enough, she was right. Her only order had the right price on it. Me, ma'am, the price you paid is correct. You weren't overcharged. EM, you mean to tell me that it's $15 for this meal? Me, yes, I'm sorry, but I can't do anything. EM, I'd like to speak to your manager, please. Being familiar with this subreddit, I knew arguing further would only result in a headache. So I held up the line. So I got my supervisor, Ben, to come speak with her. For context, he's seen his fair share of entitled people, and he's told me, doesn't give even the slightest fraction of a F when dealing with them. So they are talking about the order. I don't know what was said because I had gone back to washing trays. Eventually, I hear her say something before storming out of the store. Ben later told me that the conversation had gone like this. Ben, so what seems to be the problem today? EM, your employee wasn't very helpful, so I'm hoping you could do what he didn't. Ben, sure, he mentioned something about $15? EM, yes, my order was way too expensive and I was hoping to get my money back. Ben, alright, if I may have the bag of food back please? EM, you mean I can't keep the food? Ben, we offer refunds, but take the items back so that we can mark them down as waste for inventory purposes. So no, you cannot keep the order if you want a refund. He told me that she gained a look of angry frustration. Apparently she had fully expected the manager to be on her side and give her what she wanted. Ben was not going to do that. After a brief loop of back and forth between them, this happened. Then, I'm sorry, man, but there's nothing more I can do. If you want your money back, you have to give the food here. Then the EM finally realized that she wasn't going to win. Just said one last thing to Ben before storming out angrily. F off! No joke. She couldn't have her way, so she felt it was inappropriate to tell the manager of the store to F off. We still joke about it from time to time. Yeah. Story number 2 is entitled EM demands I make her a watercolor painting on the train. First off, I'm on mobile. English is not my first language, and this happened last week. Needed to get enough karma first. This is a short story, but still somewhat funny to me. The cast is me, of course, EM entitled mother, NK, nice kid, TS, train staff. Little more info. I'm a student at the University of Ghent and I take the train to get there. My train home runs often late and takes a while to leave the station. Last week Monday I waited for a train as usual. I got on it, took a seat and started sketching a flower with my new sketchbook. In comes the EM and her nice kid. They sit across from me and the little boy watches me draw. NK, could you draw me a dinosaur, please? Me, sure thing. I flipped to an empty page and started. EM, wow, you have a lot of drawings in there. Me, it's not that much. This is a new sketchbook and with a lot of empty pages. I kept drawing the dinosaur while the train left the station. After I finished and took out the page and handed it to the kid. Me, here you go, I hope you like it. NK, thank you. Me, you're welcome. I go back to my flower sketch. Draw me something like that. Points at the painting of a poppy flower. Me, I can sketch you a flower. No, I want the fully colored one just like this one. Me, sorry, I can't do that. A sketch would already take some time. Then I would have to ink and color it. Then just do it. You have the time anyways. Please note that the train ride from home takes about 20 to 30 minutes, and I only sketched a dinosaur for the kid, which is not as detailed as a realistic flower. Also, since I used watercolors, you need to let the paint dry before using another color next to it. Me, sorry, but I really can't. I also don't have watercolors with me. Then just give me that one, points to the poppy flower again. She's getting frustrated and starts to get louder. Me, I can't do that. This is a personal drawing for a family member. Then just redo it and give it to me. In comes the train staff to check our tickets. She overheard wanting the painting, and since the compartment was almost empty, came over to us. With a sweet smile, I will have TS with a sweet smile, I will have to ask you to either change compartment or I will throw you off this train. I'm just trying to get what was promised to me. TS, miss, I overheard all of this, and I know you shouldn't be asking like this. Now please move or I will throw you out. took her son and moved to another compartment. The lady from the train staff checked my pass and asked if I was alright. The rest of the ride went normal. I do feel bad for the kid because he was actually nice. I'm very thankful for the train staff because I did not want it to get worse. Also, I asked my uncle if she could have thrown her off the train since he works for a railway company. The answer is yes. He has even seen it happen before. As an artist, I do have more examples of EPs, but those are for another time. Also, this is one of the more funny ones. Edit. Thank you everyone for letting me know I've made any spelling mistakes. Also, anyone wanting to see the puppy or any other art, it's in my Twitter is linked to my profile. And this person's Twitter profile, her Twitter name is at the tea noodle, and I'll post a picture of it. That's a real nice painting. I like it. This next story is entitled No, Your Kid Cannot Have My Kid's Snack. Sorry for the length. This got longer than I thought. This happened a few years back, so the conversation is not exactly how it went, but the best I can remember. A bit of a background. I have two kids that are almost 5 years apart. DS is the oldest and DD is the youngest, and also special needs. Developmentally delayed, nonverbal, has seizures, and autistic. DD is very set on routine and mealtimes are extremely important to keep. But how life is, that doesn't always happen. So I'm the queen of snacks. I always have 6 to 7 in her bag at any given time to keep her happy till we eat a meal. Important information for later. So me and the kids had a family day out, shopping and playing at the park. Now being we had been out most of the day, Dee, who was 5 at the time, had already gone through most of the snacks and only had 2 bags of gummies left. When dinner time hit, we headed to our favorite restaurant. Dee had a small seizure in the last store we were in and was not in the best mood from that and started to get hungry. The restaurant we went to were familiar with us and set us up in the back booth that was quiet and only had a few other tables full. Now, while me and DS may take a bit to look at the menu and talk about what we want, I put Didi's order in as soon as we sat down, so it would get put quickly and she would not have a meltdown. As I'm getting her set up with a pack of gummies, here comes and EK who looked about 10, who sat from the table across us. I heard EK say, Mommy, that kid has gummies. I want some. Not a problem, baby. Now, me being a normal person, think nothing of this. Till the lady gets up and comes over to our table. My son wants some gummies. Give him a pack. Me, excuse me? I said, me interrupting her. I heard what you said, and to demand a pack is rude. So F no. You can ask the waitress for some crackers for him to eat until their food comes out. Now, the whole time, the kid is still at the table whining about wanting gummies, and Dee Dee has finished up hers and has now started to fuss. So DS reaches in her bag and pulls out the other pack to open it. When this bee snatches it out of his hands, I'll just take this, she said and turned around to go back to her table. Oh no, you don't mess with Mama Bear when it comes to this kind of crap. Getting up and snatching it out of her hands. Me, who the F do you think you really are talking to taking my kid's food? Right this minute our waitress comes over. 1. I was loud AF. Dee Dee's food was done, a grilled cheese, which are so fast. W is setting Dee Dee's place down in front of her and she can start eating. Is there a problem here? Can't remember the exact words, but starts kicking up a fuss that I took her kid's snack and I'm cussing in front of her baby and is being a bee and we need to be kicked out. Now I'm just starting here, keeping an eye on my kids, Dee Dee happily eating her grilled cheese and DS looking at the like, who is this crazy bee? While this lady is going off very loud, I may add, when I feel a tug on my hand and pulling it up. It's EK trying to take the gummies out of my hand. Me, what do you think you're doing? EK, give me the gummies. I want them. Whips around and starts up with the whole give my kid the gummies crap again, and EK is starting to cry about how he wants them. Now, under normal circumstances, I'm more willing to share snacks, but not with all this crap. Now it's been 5 to 6 minutes and is going off and then comes a manager who I happen to know from coming here often as we do, who tells her to sit down and leave us alone. That's my kid's snack. I want it back and I want them out of here. Miss, I know they're hers because she always has them with her when they eat here. I have cameras. I can pull the footage and show you and then I can call the cops for disturbing the peace. So you need to leave now. After a bit more fussing, they did leave. Both manager and waitress apologized to us, but really was not their fault. Now, like I said, I normally have no problem with sharing snacks when we're out with other kids as long as it's okay with their parents. But there's no way in hell I was willing with the attitude of the lady had with demanding them. I'm losing my touch, man. That was kind of hard to read. And finally, our last story is entitled EP Goes Insane When I'm Discussing Geology. Let me preface that one thing I hate the most as a geology major is the flat earthers. These people I tend to ignore until they start insulting my field of study. Another thing I can't stand is zealot nutjobs who dismiss science. This EP happened to be both FML. Cast: me, geology major, FPM, friend who is a biology major, EP, freaking Karen, NK, nice kid. So this story takes place earlier today, of post, while my friend and I are at Applebee's, catching up on talking about our fields. First we discussed that what we were doing in our lives, the usual what's been happening and any luck in love, etc. First we discuss this field and what he wants to do. Hell, he went into deep about DNA in the middle of our conversation. The EP joins. Of course, we shift gears talking about my field. I was talking about applications of isotopes in geological dating. I hope I said that correct. She was dressed in a very modest outfit and a large cross around her neck. In my mind, I thought, crap, here we go. Probably gonna assume we were gay, course that wasn't the issue, surprisingly. EP, come at first, why are you feeding these establishments with falsehoods? Me, confused, what do you mean? EP, what are you discussing? Nothing can be older than the last 2,000 years. Spreading falsehoods in a sin in the name of our Lord. Me, trying to mutter under my breath, well, F me, here we go again. FBM, trying not to laugh. Good luck. EP, you both realize this is no laughing matter. Me, why do you dismiss scientific progress that has been peer reviewed to death? EP, how can you believe in things that are driven from lies? Everything you claim to be true is based off things you cannot see. Me, Well, how can you believe in a God that you can't see? How dare you insult my religion? Me, using your own logic against you. I bet one of those people who believe in you're one of those people who believe the earth is flat. EP, you brat, I bet you have a falsehood to also support that lie. Me, Intern International Space Station. You go high enough you can see the curve of the earth. EP lies. Me rolls eyes. Please leave and go back to your Bible thumping society. EP, you'll never get into heaven. By this point, what I assumed was her child came up. Like mother, he was wearing a cross. However, he was in a sweater vest. I could say about 7. NK, Mommy, you going to come back to eat with Daddy and I? EP, yes, honey. Mommy needs to do one thing and I'll get right back. She is now on her knees and a cross on her lips. EP, dear Heavenly Father, please forgive these sinners. They spread falsehood and I wish their souls to be saved. Please bring your spirit upon them and save them from the devil. As she did that, she got up and went back to her table. The odd thing, her child didn't follow. However, surprised us. NK, please don't be upset with my mommy. She can be weird. I'm sorry. He followed after EP. After that, I simply gave the "what the F just happened" remark to my buddy to avoid other conflict. We just talked about simple things in life. Too long, didn't we? This crazy zealot tries to say I was lying and goes full on Christian on us. I'll never understand why these certain branches of Christianity believe the earth is 2000 years old. Don't you know that like the year, okay, we're in year to 2019, right? That just means 2019 after Christ. So Jesus wasn't born with the earth if you want to go down the whole Christian route. There's so many genealogies from all the way from Adam to Jesus. That would have taken years and years and years, and probably the earth is even probably older than that. You never know, because in Genesis 1:1 it says, "In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth was blank and formless, and let there be a firmament." So that means the earth would have just been this ball of water, I guess, because God called the firmament land and the water oceans or something like that. Anyway, I guess that'll be for it. And sorry for that little religious rant at the end there. Hope this was better, because like for that second to last story, that was kind of hard to read and I noticed I fumbled a lot, even though I did like 4 retakes of the same story. That was like okay, I think I need more practice. I'll try and see if I could post another one maybe Thursday or Friday. Thank you so much. That's it for today's video. Hope to see you in the next one. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye.